Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with the day, the crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Quant Network, aka QNT. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys to please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. Now overall, the market is having a nice little bit of a field day, if you will. On the 24-hour span, we do see that Quant is the number 4th token out of the top 100 to be having these nice daily gains. It is actually up 20.53% on the 7-day span. We have broken out a little bit. We're actually going to be addressing this and talking about this. Of course, you guys do see other altcoins are up significantly as well. But let's talk about Quant. So trading volume is obviously up about 58.64%, almost 60% in general. We do see on the 7-day span, we have jumped up a little bit more in terms of the holders tab. Just 7 days ago, we were at 45.8K, almost 45.9K. Now we're sitting at 46 point almost 4K. So things are rapidly evolving in terms of the holders. We are seeing mass adoption of Quant basically happening. Accumulation is taking place as well. I'm just very excited for the future of Quant and QNT. Now let's talk about the markets, because we just seen a new listing. We're actually going to be addressing this, but we are seeing the top tier exchanges starting to list Quant. We did see a new listing happen. Did you guys miss it? If you guys missed it, don't worry. We actually have it over here. So Kraken FX actually listed QNT. 9 new tokens on Kraken today. Deposits begin now, and trading is live March 29th. March 29th is the day to watch for, because QNT is going to be going live on Kraken FX. This is pretty significant, by the way, as well. I've told you guys that, I'm surprised that QNT isn't on every single exchange, but Kraken is the number 4th exchange with 1.8 million weekly visits, with almost $1 billion in 24-hour volume. That is pretty significant. So, pay attention to some of these exchange listings, because I do believe that we will see more for QNT, and I'm very excited for the future of the token. Now, let's talk about price action, because although it is very exciting to see an altcoin starting to have that massive breakout event, we have to obviously address if this price action is actually sustainable. So first off, RSI looks extremely strong here. In terms of volume, highest amount of volume that we've had since going back a little bit to March 9th. I do, want to see a lot more volume here, because similar to March 9th, we could have this nice little jump up, and of course that downward spiral a little bit, trading sideways until we do see a little bit more capital flow in. Right now, you guys do see us kind of breaking down a little bit. It looks like we hit some resistance here at about 147, almost $148. That resistance point is more so from the Bitcoin price chart, not the USDT price chart. We're actually going to be addressing that level as well, but my key targets still remain the same at $154 to $177. I pretty much knew that we were going to have this nice move in price once we did break over $118, which was that fib level that I told you guys to watch for when we do hold above it. And then after that, we target that resistance point going back to July, which is the level that we are kind of ranging on right now. Hopefully, we can have a nice breakup above the significant resistance of the 200-day EMA, which is labeled in the key targets area, to have this nice impulse that we did back here in August, which did lead us to the all-time high. I do believe that altcoins are nearing their ready-in point, and it's only a matter of time from here. Now, I will say this, with Bitcoin starting to have this nice little upward surge, with Bitcoin dominance starting to break out as well, we will most likely see a little bit of a drop in price on a lot of these assets. QNT, if we do have that correction, watch for that 236 fib level to be targeted yet again, that $119 range. In terms of the Bitcoin price chart, yes, we still have this nice little demand zone on the chart. But this is the point where we see if we can break out or not. This is that resistance level going back as far as July yet again. You guys do see what ended up happening once we did break out of that resistance point. We started to have this nice little, bull flag formation, followed by a major drop. Accumulation happened, and then we had that breakout event, which continued to break out until, of course, we topped a little bit and then we went into this massive downward trend. So I'm watching the Bitcoin price chart closely. In terms of volume on the Bitcoin price chart, you guys do see that it's diminished volume. It actually looks pretty rough here. I would say bearish volume with bearish price action right now on the Bitcoin price chart, opposed to the USDT chart. So don't only look at the USD and USDT chart and FOMO in. Also check out the Bitcoin price charts. Also make sure that you are aware of resistance points. Right now, I would say we are most likely going to have a little bit of a correction on QNT. Of course, anything is possible. We could have this massive, volume flow in to break us above. But my dead set targets are on, again, trying to retarget the 236 area. Now, with all of this in mind, let's talk about a lot of exciting things. So we are basically in endgame now. I've been talking to you guys about the mass adoption of DLTs, crypto, CBDCs, things like that. And now we do see Project Dunbar, the multi-CBDC platform by 4 central banks in collaboration with the BIS and Corda, uses, here we have it, a DLT API gateway. So good to see that, DLT API gateways that QNT pioneered is becoming the global interoperability standard. At PS, gateway tech supplier is unknown. We don't know who is going to be utilized here, but we do know that it is going to be used in terms of an API gateway format. The only one that I really know that is, really positioned for this job is QNT. But who knows what is going to happen, but we do see the world's first DLT gateway for business. Why? Because as an API gateway for distributed ledgers, it delivers universal interoperability connecting any system to any network or any DLT, old or new. If you guys did miss it, multi-CBDC platform prototypes are set to be developed by the BIS Innovation Hub and central banks in Australia, Malaysia, Singapore, and South Africa. This powerful collaboration has been named Project Dunbar. So pay attention to the things unfolding in the CBDC area. I think that we are nearing endgame. And we do see APPG UK officers from the major political parties to explore/innovate UK's blockchain future. Last year, head of Blockchain EU Commission, Deloitte, Fujitsu, IOTA, and QNT. This year, World Bank, universities, and QNT again. Barely top 70 CMC, opportunity of a lifetime. And I've been addressing this to you guys as well. Like when we are talking about Quant and what they are doing and where they are positioned right now in this market, I do believe that they hold a significant point, not only right now in crypto, but also in the future of finance. We do see confirmed speakers. You guys do see them, the House of Lords, Quant Network, Surrey Center for Cyber Security, University of Surrey, Practice Manager, Public Administration, and Institutional Reform at World Bank. I mean, guys, pay attention to some of these names. And this is talking about massive innovation for, of course, finance through blockchain technology. And I really think that when we are talking about things that are happening right now within this area, I think that everyone's focus should be on interoperability and how to make these major, networks, be utilized properly, and of course have them being able to transact that messaging format, and of course gossip between each blockchain, because that is going to be a focus point not only from the retail demand in terms of investors, but also it's going to be a focus point from governments and these corporations and institutional investors that do want to utilize this technology on a day-to-day basis, that can't connect to these other networks without some sort of interoperability layer. And of course, this is what I'm talking about, right? End game. Think about this. The Digital Pound Foundation and MIT, two major names that Quant is directly tied to. The Bank of England and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, have agreed to collaborate on a 12-month research project on central bank digital currencies. Pretty interesting here. We do see it over here in February 2022. The Bank of England and MIT agreed to collaborate on a 12-month research project on central bank digital currency. And we do see, when we are talking about this, the bank will partner with the MIT Media Lab's Digital Currency Initiative team to explore potential technical challenges, trade-offs, opportunities, and risk involved in designing a CBDC system. The collaboration forms part of the bank's wider research and exploration into CBDCs and will be focused on exploration and experimentation of potential technology approaches. I want you guys to pay attention to this because these are the two big names that Quant is connected to. I would not be surprised, honestly, if Quant, was chosen here for interoperability. I think that when we are talking about CBDCs and everything like that, we should be watching things unfold rapidly within this space because things are moving very quickly now. I've told you guys that with the Russia-Ukraine stuff, it's been streamlined. I think that digital currencies and adoption of this technology has been, continuing to grow and be focused on. And I'm very excited to see a lot of this really unfold right now in this market. I think that we should all be focused on interoperability, networks. And I would say when we are talking about use cases within this area, we should really be focused on Quant because they are perfectly positioned for becoming the interoperability giant within CBDCs and the future of finance. And we do see here in the SEC Fireside Chat, Federal Reserve Bank of New York board member Glenn Hutchkins, discusses a worldwide web of blockchains that will fundamentally change the way we move value. Sound familiar? Keep stacking the inevitable approaches. Listen closely to this, guys.
Remember when we had intranets to begin with? It was really cool. You could do internal communication with people in your own companies. But it wasn't really until those intranets were connected via the internet protocol to other intranets to create the world wide web of intranets called the internet that the world changed. The world is going to change in finance when we connect the private blockchains via the Bitcoin or Ethereum or other protocol to the other blockchains in the world, have a global blockchain that's the world wide web of blockchains that will fundamentally change the way in which not only do we move value around the world at the speed of light, but also in which we actually fundamentally change the way in which we compute, because it's the fourth computing paradigm I've experienced in my lifetime, the decentralized computing paradigm. That is the vision of where we can really go with this that's transformational. Now, the first step will be the intranets, the blockchains. But that's not the end point, that's just the first step.
And I want you guys to understand that when we are talking about things happening, the interconnectivity of these networks, the interconnectivity between the digital age of finance and the legacy age of finance is coming. But who is going to solve it? Who is going to be the chosen one? I've been telling you guys that Quant is the main player here. When we are talking about the current price of Quant, I do think that we are extremely undervalued. I've been addressing this and talking to you guys about this for a very long time. I've been telling you guys to stack this as much as possible down at these, extremely cheap prices. I've had this demand zone on the chart for a very long time. And honestly, we had the perfect opportunity for days to actually accumulate this at these prices of around like $100. I mean, if you think about it, we had about 10 days in total to accumulate at around this range. This was the perfect area to buy. And even now, right, when we are talking about this, 120 to around like this $105 range, perfect area to get into. I mean, you got to think about it, right? From our current levels to the all-time high, which we know that we're going to go above all-time highs. It's not even a question. It's a 215% move. All right? So think about that. You can make 215% on your investment just from our current level. But what if we do break down to those $120 levels and stuff like that? I mean, the upside to here is very well, great for ROI, but also think about the long-term targets. I've always said that, like, do I care if I'm buying this at $137 when I know that at some point in time this will be a $10,000 asset? Absolutely not. I don't care what I buy this at because this is not even a trade to me. This is a HODL position that I'm taking on Q&T. So with that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.